why are we here? Like really, why are we here? There has to be some point to all of this. See, I don't know about y'all, but I do my best thinking over a cup of tea. Let me set this down real quick. Lately, I find myself thinking about why are we here? Like really, why are we here? Because all of this must have a point, right? All of the pain, the suffering, the anguish, there has to be some point to all of this, right? Let's talk about purpose today and the point of life. Let me start off by saying that there is not one specific, one point, one purpose to anyone's life. That's the beauty of the life that we've been given. We have free will, so we have the choice to choose which path that we decide to take. With all the choice in the world, what do you choose? And how do you know what's the right choice? So, purpose is something that I often think about a lot. I think about purpose so much because I understand that there's a point to it all, but I don't know what's the point to it all, right? So all I can do is live and live a life that I think is right. And finding your purpose is one of the key components to steer you in the right direction. That's what I believe. I don't know if I'm the only person that's been thinking about purpose or purpose sits in their mind rent-free, but today I have 3 questions that you can ask yourself to see if you can align with your purpose. Before I give you the first question, let me preface by saying you don't have to pick one individual purpose. You can have multiple purpose. It doesn't have to be just one. But these questions is a starting point for you, so you can start to align your bearings and see where you're going, okay? So when it comes to purpose, the first question you should ask yourself is, what am I willing to endure? And the reason why this is such an important question to ask yourself is because everyone always focuses and thinks about the end goal. So if you want to be a writer, you envision being the bestseller. If you want to run a marathon, you envision completing the marathon, etc., right? However, when figuring out what your purpose is, you need to figure out what are the things that you're willing to sacrifice and go through to eventually get to said purpose. So for the example of the marathon, to complete a marathon, you have to train your body. Long days, long nights, early mornings, shin splints. There's a lot of discomfort when it comes to getting to that specific purpose. You have to ask yourself, what are you willing to go through to get to that purpose? Because the thing is, if it's not something that you're willing to endure, you're willing to give up on it. So that's the first question. The first thing you should ask yourself is, what am I willing to endure? A next question you can ask yourself is, who do I consistently want to help? When we search for purpose, we often look inwards, but oftentimes our purpose is found in service of others. So find something or find a cause or a group or something where you feel the most empathy for and you're willing to give yourself to, pour yourself into. Volunteering at your local food pantry, or if it's finding a garden club, I would say identify a small group of people that you can assist. And it doesn't even have to be outside of your family or friends. Purpose starts with helping others. And helping others can just be extending a hand to anyone. So the last thing to that point is purpose often arrives on the back of contribution. So give back as much as you can, and maybe that's where your purpose lies. This third question is my favorite out of the rest. What is something that you used to do that used to bring life to you? When you were a child, what were the things that you really enjoyed to do and you just did them just because? Not because you were trying to be good at it, not because you had responsibilities and it had to be done. Just things that you just did that just made you happy. I've come to learn that purpose is often found in our inner child. Those things that you used to just do purely for the sake of it. You just enjoyed it, you loved it. It made you feel, it gave you that little warm and fuzzy feeling inside. For this one, just literally try to tap into your inner child. Just revisit those things that you used to love. It could be simply as if you used to draw stick figures and doodle. Try doing that. If once upon a time you used to do short stories, revisit that and just do it just because. Not because you're gonna share it with people or you're trying to write a bestseller, no, just because you just enjoyed it. And when you do discover these things that used to give you joy, that is where your purpose lies. All in all, you don't really find purpose. It's something that you build, brick by brick, you know what I'm saying? But to discover it and to build it, you have to start somewhere. And I hope these 3 questions provided you with an insight to start to try to figure out what this purpose may be. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You already have the tools and the powers within. It's just a matter of unlocking them. So this is what I want you to do. In the comments below, write one thing that used to bring you joy. And if this video helped to shift your perspective on purpose or gave you some direction as to how to find your purpose, don't be afraid to smash that like button. And thank you for being here, and I hope to see you at the next video. Peace.